Hey, what's going on, trap watchers? Today is August the 17th, 2021. I wanted to do a price prediction in the market for Fetch.ai. You guys can see we haven't done a price prediction before in this market for Fetch. So let's do one today. Now, before I do, I want everyone who realizes that the content that we are creating, that you value it, that you support it. And if you do, we definitely want you all to be part of our team. Hit the like button, share it, and also subscribe. That's how you're able to join our team. That's how you're able to participate in our predictions. Because one thing we want everyone to do is to learn and how to read the charts for themselves and not be dependent on so many other people's opinions and their thought processes. Because in the end, you'll have to be the one to go on with these predictions whenever you enter and exit out the market, right? So you need to learn how to do this for yourself, and we're here for that. So make sure you join us as we continue to produce this content for YouTube. All right. So now Fetch.ai. Okay. The question that I asked you all in the title of this video is, do you think that this particular cryptocurrency is about to crash? I mean, at some point, market has to come down in price. You and I have to realize that, like, this market is very dynamic, it is very fluid, and it's very volatile. So we have to be prepared and sometimes ask the question, can this particular cryptocurrency, quote unquote, crash? Can we see the price come back down? The simple answer is yeah, we can. But is it soon? Is it about to happen now? Should we be prepared? What should we do? That's why we're here. So first of all, I want you all just to look at the chart for what it is. Like, don't make this complicated. You know, one thing that is very frustrating is when you see people create charts and they have 15, 16, 17 indicators on their particular chart, and it looked confusing, tremendously confusing. And they are speaking out of both sides of their mouth. They're telling you one thing, that price can go this way. And then in the next breath, they tell you, well, it could go that way too. That does not benefit nobody. When you try to display both sides of the market just to show that you can be right, doesn't benefit the average listener and the viewer of your content. You need to be biased. What are you seeing? Which one is weighted more? Do you see the market weighted more towards the buy side, or do you see it weighted more towards the sell side? How does the scales look in terms of the market dynamics? Because you can see right now in Fetch.ai that the price is already in an uptrend. So the market already is tipped towards the buy side. That's simple, right? That's not hard. It's not complicated. We are on the buy side right now in Fetch.ai. Cool. See, every price bar, every volume bar we have on this chart is information. It is actual dealings with the market of people coming in, buying and selling, buying and selling. That's the only thing you can do in the market. You can only buy and sell. You can't do anything else. And those two things dictate where price is going to go. How many people are willing to buy? How many people are willing to sell? So when you look over the last 6 and 7 trading days in Fetch, take a look. What do you think this means? What do you think this means? When you put these days together, what do you see? Don't forget, you can only get two outcomes. Either people were buying or people were selling. That's it. You can't get anything more than that. So when you take these days into combination, right? What was going on those particular days? Was it more buying? Was it more selling? It's just that simple. Because over the last 7 trading days, you guys can clearly tell that while Fetch.ai was trading around 48 to 55 cents, someone was trying to take profit. They were selling. No doubt about it, right? Now, when you see people selling, your natural inclination needs to be the price is about to drop, right? Whenever you see an increase in supply, an increase in stockpile, you expect the price to go down. That is your first expectation. So when you see the market not acting that way, you already know that the market is still geared for higher prices. I mean, it's just that simple. I don't understand why people make this thing so complicated. It is relatively simple. You all can see it for yourself. That selling was going on in Fetch.ai the last 7 days, but the price hasn't gone lower. So what does that mean? It means that we're trying to go higher in price, plain and simple. See, you didn't have to pay, an exorbitant amount of fees for some expensive charting software just to get that information. This information is already free. So look, let's look at the market in Fetch on a 3-day time frame. Okay. Now, take a look at this one. Okay. I got you. You're part of our community. I got your back. Look at this. Okay. The last 6 trading days, right? Not inclusive of this current 3-day price bar, the last 6 right here, these 2. Okay. We found that 55 cents was a problem, right? You can see that within 6 days of trading, Fetch.ai could not break above 55 cents. That's a problem. So even though we're seeing the market in Fetch.ai giving us some strength, or at best we understand that the trap is buying up the selling that is currently ongoing into the market in Fetch, 55 cents is still a problem. Okay, remember that, because as we put down this prediction on this chart, we got to recognize that we already had problems around 55 cents, and we can still see that as we go forward throughout the rest of this week, going into next week as well. So we appreciate that information, because if the market wasn't a problem around 55 cents, these last 6 days, we would have seen the price go above that, but it didn't. So there's weakness there. Be on guard about that. Let's take a look at the market in Fetch on a weekly time frame, and you guys can see a little bit better that that area is plaguing the market, right? We've been here before, so we're not going to be surprised. We understood that 55 cents in Fetch was a problem during the week of May 17, 2021. So we have another chance at bat. We're going to see if the market's going to be able to break that 55-cent price to the upside, because if so, we can definitely see this market come up to around 65 to around 60 cents. Right there. Okay, got it? Cool. So let's go ahead and run the price prediction for Fetch.ai. Okay, because another thing I want to tell you is that we don't want to become overextended. We can simply see that we are nearing all-time highs to where the market in Fetch hit that 80 cent price level. The majority of this price action has been trading well below 55 cents. So we got to be prepared for this, right? It's not like I'm telling you that the market's going to continue to shoot up to the moon, because that is definitely not the case. We're simply here to get in position and dominate and win. So let's run the play. Let's see. Okay. Now, I've told you, when you look on the chart from a 3-day perspective, 55 cents has been a problem. So we need to be prepared to take some profits off the table right there around 55 cents. Right before the market flips, we need to grab that 6.36% from the trap and plot it right back into our accounts and run the play and get that profit out right before the market flips. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold this market support around 45, which literally tells us that as long as this price, like I told you, holds this ascending line, we already know we're going to go higher in price. And then secondly, as long as this price holds 45 cents, we're still in tow to allow Fetch.ai to go higher, right? We can still expect that. Albeit, it won't be as strong as the market keeping in line with that ascending line though, okay? So that would be the first area. And then the second area would be up here around 57.5 cents, maybe top out around 60. Right there. That's the play. Simple. Now is your turn. You're part of our team. Let's collaborate. I want you all to drop me a comment in the comment section. You got a quick second. It doesn't have to be complex, because one thing we don't want to have is complexity in the markets. I mean, you think about it. Imagine if going into any brick and mortar store, any retail establishment, and you put as much emphasis in buying one particular item from the store. Let's say you want to buy a t-shirt, and you went into, Target, Walmart, Neiman Marcus, high-end luxury retail store, and you went and you had to pull out 15 indicators just to gauge if that t-shirt is a good price. Just think about how asinine it is that we place that into stocks, that we place that into cryptocurrencies. It's ridiculous. So let me know where you think the price is going to go. It's just that simple. Make sure you maintain a profitability. And as always, welcome to the team, and always trade different.